Yes, yeah, hello everyone. Welcome to Salesforcestart. Okay, actually, I'm planning to start a new concept like AMPScript. Okay, so actually, this is mainly we can use AMPScript code in a Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, so this is like one type of scripting language in AMPScript. Okay, and so syntax is same like almost like a JavaScript, but small differences are there. Okay, so we'll go one by one all those things. So like why AMPScript is there in the marketing cloud and what is the use, how we can use it, where we can use it. So all those things we can go like one by one. And okay, so this is my first video. So now onwards I'll upload daily some concepts on the AMPScript. Okay. So just I told you, right? This is mainly we can use an AMPScript is a Salesforce Marketing Cloud scripting language. Okay. So where we can use this languages if you want to create like a email content, or if you want to create some, if you want to use some like a in the content, email content, you want to use the current date or system today date, whatever the functions you want to do, and you want to build some dynamic content emails, or you want to retrieve data from the like a subscribers list, or you want to get the data from the data extensions, right? So for all those cases, we can go for AMPScript. Already I have noted here all the points. Like this is mainly for subscriber and contact or data extensions. Wherever you want to get data and you want to use that data in your email content builder, okay? Or you want to build some dynamic emails based on some conditions, all those things. And you want to add some current date and time, all those things, and track for impressions. So mainly for this purpose, we can go for AMPScript language in the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. Okay, so we'll start like how we can use like what is the syntax for AMPScript and how we can use AMPScript and all those. Okay, so generally how AMPScript is we can use this generally. We have something called we have to use like this symbol like a starting like a percentage, and that means we are starting AMPScript code. Okay, this means we are at this means nothing but what AMPScript code we are starting. This is a starting point, and same like this is also ending point. Okay, for example, I'll show you. Okay, so for example, if you want to start AMPScript code, generally what we can do is we can use this syntax starting and ending. So this is a starting and ending tag for the AMPScript language. So in between, you can do whatever you want, basic like a starting and ending tag. Okay, but there are some other formatting also. We'll go one by one now. So if you see here, this is a starting and end tag. So then we have something called inline AMPScript. What is the meaning of inline AMPScript? Okay, if you want to perform some basic function, example, if condition you want to do in the same line and you want to display output immediately, then we can go for this is a syntax, same syntax, and we have to use equal starting with and ending with. Okay, so between you can write some condition like example, if age is more than 25, you can print a major, else you can print a minor, something like that. If you want to perform in a single line AMPScript code, we can use this one. We'll go all these things in a real time in upcoming videos. And this is like important if you want to start AMPScript code. So first we will focus on this part only. So this is like a AMPScript block actually. Okay, AMPScript code block. So how the syntax will be here is, so generally how we can start with same syntax, just we have to put a bracket and the close bracket. So this is what we can call is AMPScript code block. So here you can write a all like a functional, so whatever you want to do. Okay, this is AMPScript code block, starting tag and ending tag. Okay, so generally so how the syntax will be there, so where we can write the syntax. Okay, for example, we can see this is a block, right? Normally in programming language, how we can write block, this is a block in any programming language method or class, whatever it may be, you can go like that. For example, if you take a class, I'll create one class here, right? Public, simple normal class I can take, any Apex code example or any Java, whatever it may be. Public class A example. Okay. So here, what we can do is we can declare some variables here, right? So for example, I can declare variables, and you can do the you can perform some actions, methods or actions, whatever it may be. Normally, if you take any class is nothing but we know, right? Contains the variables and methods. Okay. And variables means we know properties. Example, if you take anything, if you take a bank class, or if you take a student is one class. Okay, example, public class, student is a class name. Normally, what we can do is student have some property, right? What we can call example, string student name property. So integer student age. So what we can call these things is property. Okay. In case if you want to do same thing in your AMPScript code, so how we can do this? So normally AMPScript code block contains 4 important components. Okay. What are those 4 important components? First one is, okay, declare the variables. Okay, this is the first step 1. Okay. So because if you want to store data, we need variables. Same in anywhere, right? So here also we need to declare variables, step 1. And step 2, so assign data or initialize the variables, whatever it may be. Initialize or assign data for variables. Okay. Third one, you can perform some functions. Okay, or like if conditions or if else, whatever you want to do, some functions. Example, okay, if else, whatever it may be, contains, whatever it may be. Examples, I'm saying. And last one is display data. Okay. So these are the 4 important components in a like AMPScript language. So once we understand like how, where we can do all these things and all those things, we can start the like AMPScript code. Okay. First, we can focus on, I know, right? This is like AMPScript code block. Okay. So normally in the AMPScript code block, what we can do? What we can do in this code block, like a starting tag and ending tag. This is same like HTML, open and close, right? Same way, this is a like AMPScript code block, we can call it. In this block, we can do all these 3 parts. Where we can do all this declaration and assigning data is inside this code block. Okay. And if you want to display this data, normally what we can do outside the code block, we should display the data. So how we can display data, I will see in a while. Just I'm saying, like where this like we can write, where we can write which type of code. So in AMPScript code block, we can do 3 things. One is declaring variable, assigning data, and some functions. And if you want to display these variables, we should use a outside, and we can use a separate syntax, like how we can write syntax is same like a just now, right? This is a percentage and equals to, and we can use v, and here we can display the attribute, which attribute you want to view data. Okay. So like this, and equal and percentage. Okay. So this is okay. So we'll see later this, what is this at the rate and all those things. Okay. Just I'm saying displaying data outside the block. If you want to display any data in the either content builder, email content, whatever it may be, that we can do in the outside. Okay. So next, our focus is how we can declare variables in the AMPScript language. That is our first. Okay, I think this is clear till now, right? So in this block only, we can do all the 3 steps: declaring variables, assigning data, and do the functions. After functions, if you want to do display that values or variables, you can do outside the AMPScript block. Okay. So first part we'll talk about is declaring data. How we can declare the variables. Example, this is a variable, right? So when it comes to AMPScript language, how we can declare variables? Just you can give a var keyword, same like JavaScript only, and you can give a variable name. But here, what is the important thing is we should declare variable name with the @ symbol. This is one variable. You can declare many variables, student name, and I can give a student age. You can give a student marks, etc., etc., etc. So just this is a simple code. You don't need to use like a colon. All those things is not required in the AMPScript language. Just var keyword, and you can give the all the properties: name, age, date of birth, whatever you want, color, marks, anything. You can declare all the variables here. Okay. So this is the first part. Okay. Declare the variables. How we can declare variables? Variable, student name, and age. Simple. Second step, what we have to do is assign the data for the variables. So how we can assign the data for the variables is, so here, like how we have in Apex class set method, right? Normally we can use a set method. Example, set student name, normal in Apex or Java, whatever. Same here also in AMPScript language, we can use a set keyword, and for which variable you want to assign data. Example, I'll take a student name equals to, you can give example, I'll give example, Kohli. That's it. Here you can use single quotes also, double quotes also. And one more thing I told you, right? Colon is not required again. Just you can use a single quotes or double quotes and declare the code, because I want to store some text. Otherwise, if you want to use a like integer, number, whatever it may be, just remove the quotes. Okay. Here mainly we have three data types: text, number, and boolean. That's it. Okay. So we'll see all those data types also in coming videos. Just I'm saying now. And this is the first variable assignment. And set, and third one is what I can do is at the rate h, student h equals to. So what I can do is this is a number. I can give an example. I can give a 26. That's it. So this is the second part. Declaring variables also done. This assign the data for the variables. These two steps are done. These functions we can see in like in depth going forward. Now just we can try to display the step 4 called what's the displaying data. So how we can display the data? Step 4. So how we can display data is, so same here also we have to use a in something called same script, like starting with and this percentage and equals to. This is called what we can call inline AMPScript. And here, so what we have to use, we will use general. Normally we can use a v attribute and open bracket and close bracket. Well, which attribute you want to display? I want to display example student name. Okay, and you should close same syntax, like after equal we have to use this. So this is the syntax to display any attribute in the content, like email content or whatever, wherever you want to display this attribute value. Okay, for example, I can give student name is this, and is again I want to print is age also, so I can use the same syntax equals to, and again we will use a v attribute, and which attribute you want to print, which variable you want to print, and we'll take student age, and make sure not only starting, we should close that tag also after declaring the variable, like this. Okay, so this is simple 3 steps, 4-step process. If you want to do AMPScript code, where we can do is, if you want to just, we can declare the AMPScript block. In the block itself, we can declare the 3 variables. One is 3 components declaring variable, send data, and do some basic functions. Okay. Once you all done the translations and everything is done, you want to display these values. How we can display these values? Same syntax, inline AMPScript like this. You can use this opening tag, and this is a closing tag. So we can use a v. V is a value provider, like at the rate student name. So this is a AMPScript block. We'll see high level what we discussed till now. Okay. So if you see this symbol is I told you, right? AMPScript starting and ending. This is called inline AMPScript. Just now I told you, right? If you want to display value, then what we can do? This is the syntax. Here not only printing values, you can do some functions inside this v also, like if conditions, that we can do see all upcoming classes. But just we can display a value now. All the functions we discuss later. To display a value, inline AMPScript, what is the syntax? Like percentage equals and equal to percentage. This is like a AMPScript, okay, to display our values for the variables. Or you can do some inline if conditions and all. Display after condition satisfied, display that value also you can display in the same syntax. This is what we can call inline AMPScript. Okay, this is like called AMPScript block. This one we can call AMPScript block. This is called inline AMPScript. Will you understand, like once you are doing some more examples, just understand these basic steps now. Okay, we'll see all other parts also in the upcoming like sessions. I told you, right? If you want to do AMPScript, first step is declaring variables. How we can declare variables? Same syntax. Var keyword @ variable name. First name, last name, second name, expiry date, whatever you want, you can do this. Okay, declare the variables. I'm just here. I'm just showing like a AMPScript code block. This is a code block. Inside this code block, I'm just declaring the variables. That's it. This is the first part. Once you declare the variables, second part is to assign data for the variables. For that, what we have to do is in the same code block, we can use a set keyword, setting variables. So same syntax like set variable, for which variable you want to assign equals to assignment operator, and which data. You can use single quotes or double quotes, whatever it may be, but colon and all those things are not required. This in the same AMPScript code block, I have done two things. One is declaring variable and set the data. Then you want to display something, right? So how we can display variables? I told you, right? This is called inline AMPScript. Just open percentage and equals and equal to percentage. Here we can use normally to display any attribute value. Just you can use this @ variable name, which variable you want this. Okay. So this is a three important. There is one more point called functions that we'll see going forward. So now we'll try to display some basic function, how we can use this AMPScript code in your email content builder example. Okay. So I'll open my Salesforce Marketing Cloud, or you can just go to email and you can just open your content. If you want to create new content, new email, you can create it. For example, here I'll take a email message. So I'll take basic text only. I don't want, and I can give. I'll give name equals to EP demo AMPScript. Okay. So you can choose campaign and all. Now I don't want all those things. You can do description and where you want to save this email content. I'm giving like this one, or I can have my own folder called VP folder. And there I have this folder. This is my folder. I can save this email content in this folder. Okay, just click on next. So here you can write your AMPScript code. Okay. So example, we'll try to do same thing whatever we did now. Example, first how we can write the, just create one AMPScript block, basic block, starting and ending. Okay, starting tag and ending tag. So here what we can do, I told you three things you can do: declaring variables and assign the variables, do the functions, all the things. So before that, we need to add some subject line. It is mandatory. So we give AMPScript demo subject. Okay. So this is the AMPScript code block. Okay. So first, what we can do is we can try to declare some variables. We know we have to use a keyword called variable. I'll give name equals to student name, one variable, comma, and I'll declare one more variable called student age. You can declare more also based on the requirement. Second part is assign the data. So how we can assign data? We can use set keyword. For which variable I want to assign data, @ student name, okay, equals to, you can use a double quote or single quotes, whatever it may be. I'll give a like example, Kohli. And I want to assign, variable name, student name. Okay. Colon is not required. Again, I want to set data for this @ student and age equals to I will give a numeric number 26. That's it. So we have done two things here. And if you want to use comments, you can write some comments here like this. Normal, how we can use HTML comment like this. Declaring variables. This will not come in your coding. This is a comment. And same thing, you want to assign one more comment like it can be here. It's not required, just setting variables. Not it to save. Okay, this is some basic. And one more important thing is, if you want to see test all these things, we need some required fields in AMPScript code. So those are not it. No, it will come the next review and test. This is symbols and all those things we can add. Now we can try to display these variables. So I can give right, welcome to Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And I want to display, so what we have to use, symbol syntax is percentage equals to, and v, and in the parentheses we can call the variable. How we can call the variable? Just student name, and close this inline AMPScript. Like welcome to Salesforce MC Poli and Mr. Kohli, and your age is same syntax again, percentage equals to v, and parenthesis you can call the other variable is age, and close the AMPScript, inline AMPScript. That's it. Okay, so like this we can display the data. Okay, so now then just click on next. So here you can see welcome to Salesforce, Mr. Kohli, and your age is 26, like this. So like this you can test. And one more thing is, remember, so when you are doing like a preview and testing, we should select this one, like a subscriber and preview. One user we should select, otherwise if his user is not there, you can see there is complete code is displayed. Hard code it is coming, like a complete static test is coming. So if you want to preview your AMPScript code, we should select any one subscriber here, any existing contact, you can select. I'll choose example, all subscribers. I'll take any one user, so that then only you can preview your AMPScript code. See, like this. Okay, and even you can add something here, like a from and to address also. Not showing here. Some other two attributes is required, that is required when you are sending email. Okay, but for preview it is not required. Okay, so like this you can do basic AMPScript code and you can test it. But to test the code, we should use any one subscriber in this place. Okay. So then only you can display the output here, Mr. Kohli, and your age is 20. So this is one just simple basic example. Okay, that's all in this today video. So tomorrow we'll go in depth, like we can see like more like functions, if inline, if conditions, functions, all those things. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching this video. So if you are not subscribed for this, just please subscribe this channel so that you will get latest updates, the AMPScript, and then soon I will start some marketing cloud interview questions on all those things. Thanks. Have a good day.